guys, what's going on? This is Collectibles for Life YT coming to you with a new deck profile. As promised, something different. It's a hybrid, and without further ado, let's get started. So I call this hybrid the Purple Rain deck just because you are literally dropping monsters left and right, and they're all purples. We start off with 4 of the Demi-Miramons, which state on deletion, draw 1 card, then trash 1 card. This sets up your trash pile, which you need in this variant, so you can bring out creatures. So we carry 4 of these, and that's the only one that we carry because we don't really need any of the other Digitamas. They don't provide any advantage, and usually you don't go through all your 4 Digitamas, so you don't need more than 4, at least on this build. Next, we run our rookies, which is 4 Tamers. A very amazing card. Makes it a very aggressive deck. It states on deletion, trigger, draw 1 card. So if you have him on top of this guy, you end up drawing 2 cards and discarding 1. Most of the times, you're just going to attack and let it die because you want that effect to go off. So we carry 4 of these as our main bread and butter. The next one we carry 4 Impmons. It states on deletion, trash 3 cards from your deck. Ideally, you want to see him first, but if it doesn't happen, seeing him is the second best thing because he allows you to start putting stuff into your trash, which this deck needs. So that's what we carry 4 of. There's a promo that states that when you play it, you can trash 2 cards, but with that effect, I feel like since you have to cast it, you're wasting memory, and I'd rather have it come from the baby Digitama area. That way, when I get destroyed, I can draw 1 and discard 1, which gives you that flow that you need for this deck. And next is our Vanillas. We carry 3 of each, Candlemon and Devimon. They are vanillas. They're just easy to cast, 2 costs with a good body, so that's why they're here. They're just a nice body. So we carry 3 of each one, again for Omnimon. We don't want to end up having too many copies of certain cards because it can end up hurting us in the long run if they get deleted. So we got 6, 4, and 4, so that makes 14 rookies. You're carrying a higher level of rookies for this particular deck because, like I said again, you're going to be trashing stuff, and you want also to see a rookie in your first draw, at least 1 or 2. So that's why it's a high number of 14. Next, we go to our champions. One of the definitely staples of purple, Devimon. It states Retaliation. When this Digimon is deleted after losing a battle, delete the Digimon it was battling. So if you play Magic, it's like Death Touch pretty much. And then when you evolve, your other Digimon inherits Retaliation. So it's a very nice card. It doesn't have much of a body, so that does hurt you when you have like Digimon Ultra S come to the field. You'll end up losing him. But this deck recovers so quickly, it doesn't matter if you lose him or not. But we also play another 3 of this right here, which is Wizardmon. It states if you have a yellow Digimon in play, this Digimon gains Retaliation. And also when it's deleted, you get to draw a card. This will come up because of the hybrid deck that I'm showing you. So I do have a lot of yellows. So he will have Retaliation. So even though if you end up getting destroyed by an Omnimon, you do get to draw a card. So it helps you to keep a nice full hand. So that's why we run 3 of him. Also having Retaliation. Having 7 Retaliations is a really good thing for this deck. You're able to knock out things that are getting in your way, and you can still keep attacking the security without worrying, because to you, you're just going to be recovering, so it doesn't matter. Our next card is going to be 4 of I believe another staple for sure for purple, Vilemon. He's a blocker, just like any of the other blockers. 2/2 Digivolve, 5 to cast, 6,000 DP. Lose 2 memories when you attack. It's a blocker. Not much to be said there. And finally, our yellows coming in. We run 2 champions, and that's Unimon. Another blocker, same as that one, the vanilla. Ideally, you're running 6 blockers, which helps you out with Rookie Rush. Most of the times, believe it or not, you will be casting these for 5 and just evolving or summoning your rookies. Because in all honesty, this deck doesn't really require you to have too many powerful monsters, because if something gets in your way, then you can just do Devimon to destroy it. And then you got blockers, so you're able to protect yourself. And then you just throw your rookies to the security checks and pretty much let them do the work. So we don't have anything that evolves to this, so this will be always hard casted, which is fine because, again, it also works out with your combo of having Wizardmon. And once you have Wizardmon and them together, he's got Retaliation. And then you got something to block with. Next turn you can attack, destroy their monster. You get a +1 draw because of the destruction, and you still have your blocker. So, and you destroy one of their Digimon. So the way this really works out, I feel like this is the idea of what the yellow-purple variant was supposed to be for this card game, at least for this particular set. So there we go. That's our full base of champions, which we run 6, 10, 13. We run 13. So we're a little heavy on champions as well, and there's a reason for that as well. All right, let's go to the next part of this. Let's get these all nice and organized for you guys. Next, we run 4. That's right, only 4 ultimates. And we run 4 Magna Angelmons. That's right. Another Digimon. You can evolve it from the Unimon if you need to, but I feel like most of the times you won't have that situation happen. He's here mostly for recovering memory. Or not memory, recovering securities. It states on play, recover 1, which means pretty much putting 1 card from the top of your deck to the security zone. He also has Inheritable. This Digimon gains 1,000 for every 3 security cards you have. That might come off on and on, just depending on whenever you evolve, because he does have an evolution that I put in this deck, so he can go Mega. So it's still relevant. It's nice to have. It's not necessary, but it's nice to have. But we only run 4 ultimates, and that's it. I told you guys this was going to be a different kind of deck. It's not as the usual kind that I run, but it works really, really well. Next, we're running 3 of Piedmon. The main aggressor right here. Has Retaliation, just like the Devimons. On play, you may play up to 2 level 4 or lower purple Digimon cards from the trash without paying their memory cards. Any on-play effects don't activate. So it's not relevant. Ideally, Piedmon is going to be your ability to go wide. So this is like the amazing card. That's why we carry so many champions and so many rookies. You technically want to go for your champions. You get to bring out your Vilemons back, your Devimons back, your Wizardmons. And like I said, Wizardmon gives you always a +1. So your hand is always full. And you're pretty much casting 3 creatures for the price of 12. Which, in all honesty, is like 4 each, so it's definitely a no-brainer to have him in there. So we run 3 of. 4 is too clunky, 3 is a perfect number. And like I said, he sets you up for having an attacker and having a blocker and then having himself. Next, we run 2 of the Mastermind. It's a 12 DP, 4 to Digivolve. This is where you're going to be Digivolving your Magna Angelmon from. And it states, when Digivolves, trash the top card of both players' security stack. Then play 1 purple, yellow Digimon level 4 or less from your trash without paying its memory cost. It is a smaller Piedmon, pretty much. It does the same thing as he does, but in return, you get to remove a security from both sides. You played a Magna Angelmon last turn, then it doesn't affect you because you pretty much are losing the one that you gain, but he's losing an extra one, which is dropping his memory card or her memory cards even lower. Not only that, you get to play a level 4 or less from your trash without paying a memory card, whether it be purple or yellow. This is so amazing because you can bring back a Devimon, you can bring back a Unimon, you can bring back Wizardmon. If you're missing a certain variation where you want your Wizardmon to be able to have Retaliation, then you just bring back whatever you need in order for him to be able to have Retaliation again. It's an amazing card because you get 2 for 1. This deck's definitely about value, and all these cards just manipulate the situation so that way you end up getting more and more Digimon on the field and having your opponent's field pretty much dwindle to the point where they can't do anything about it. So we run 2 of those, and then finally we run 3 Magnadramons, of course. You will be playing this. You will definitely not be evolving into this unless you have to, but it states on play, if you have 3 or less security, recover 2. So it gets you back up to 5. The ability to be able to recover sets up your situation where your opponent you start poking at him. You're pretty much just poking, dropping his security, and as you're dropping it and it's even, then you go up to security to the point where he's now behind, and by the time that he notices the situation's going on, you've got a big board, you're not worried, you got blockers, and you're set. So we played 3 of them. I tried playing 4 and it was too clunky. I don't need it as much as I thought I would need for this deck. So at 3, I see it when I need it. So that's why we played 3 of. And that's all our megas right there. We just played those. Now for our level 7s, because we do play level 7s, we play 2 Millenniumons. Millennium Mons are amazing. When Digivolve, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of their deck, trash all the Digivolutions, and then on deletion, return this Digimon to the field if you had a Digivolution card underneath it, without having to pay its memory cost. This is such an amazing Digimon. He is literally, he's seeing more play now. People are recognizing him, and they should. 1300 AP is not a problem because he literally is just a beast with his abilities alone. Being able to come back gives you value. Usually you'll play your Piedmon, and then they'll try to play some stuff, and then send it back to your turn, and then if you need to, you can just cast a Millennium on. Because you gave them so much memory, they'll end up with a Mega usually, and in return, by doing that, whenever it's your turn again, you can evolve it to a Millennium on, destroy all the memory they invested on that Mega, and now they have nothing. They literally had no, they didn't get anything out of that because they wasted all their memory on just one Digimon. And if they spread wide, it doesn't matter because you got Devimons, you got blockers. There's nothing they can do. It's a very controlling deck for the situations that if they go Mega, Millenniumon onto Piedmon. So they lost all that memory. If they go wide, okay, well, you've got like 6 blockers. Like, okay, hit me if you want to. I'm going to block it. You can also evolve from Mastermind. And that's the beauty of this deck. You can evolve from either of those. And then you can go from Mastermind, remove a security, summon your extra Digimon, and then if you have enough, go into Millenniumon, destroy something else from their field. And like I said, this deck's all about value, and I love it. It's really, really good. It's definitely one of those brainy decks. You do have to time your situations, just like chess. You have to make sure that that you can kind of read your opponent's moves and stuff. But other than that, it's an amazing deck. Also, sometimes you get the value of him, so it makes him a 1400, so that's nice. All right, for our Tamers, 3. We run 3 mad. If you have 2 or less memory, you get 3 memory. On play, return one of your purple cards or one of your purple option cards from the trash to your hand. Unfortunately, you can't return any of the yellow cards, which is sad, but you can return any of your option cards, which we run a lot of good ones. Anything that you ended up trashing in the early beginning of the game, you get to bring back if you need it. You only run 2 Mastermons, so sometimes you kind of end up grabbing one of those. You end up grabbing your Piedmons if you need them. It's a very good recovery card. You get your memory at 3 always, and that's why I play him at 3, because ideally you do want to have that situation where you can have 3. That way your Piedmons aren't dead. If you're playing a green deck or a Rookie Rush deck, they're going to try to memory choke you. If you can't get to 12, you can't play him, and it just becomes dead in your hand. Then you start ending all the other Megas, and then you get a clunky hand that you can't use. With Matt, you're able to stay at 3 and able to Digivolve when you need to, and able to also play your Piedmons without worrying for them being dead in your hand while you're playing. So that's why we play the 3 Mats. And that's all for our Tamers. Next to our option cards, 3 Trump Swords. 4, again, too clunky. 3 felt like a good number. Delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. This is another way to remove big threats. You don't have too many ways to remove the big threats if they're not attacking with it or if they just have them as blockers. Like this card pretty much ends up removing those situations where you just can't attack because they're going to block. But most of all, it's a good card. Like you don't really run into that situation where you can't attack because you got Devimons and Wizardmons. But this is just a good removal in case something pesky's in the field that you need to get rid of. So we play 3 of those. Then we play 2 of the Nirates. It's got a security ability, and it also says play one of your level 3 Digimon cards from the trash without paying its memory cost. Any on-play effect doesn't activate. This is why I didn't play the Devimon with the on-play effect, because there's no point if I can't use its ability. If I get it in the security, I can get my Tapermon back, get an extra +1 card. If I don't have enough cards in my grave, I can put Impmon out, let him get sacrificed so I can get more cards into my trash. So that's why I played those other 2 variants and why this card is so good for that. And finally, the one and only one, He Viper. It states, add this card to your hand from security. Then you may delete one of your Digimon to delete up to 2 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. A great card for situations where they try to go wide, then you just narrow their board. Good for Rookie Rush. It's just a card that if you see it now and then, it helps out tremendously. But you don't want to see it too often because you're not trying to do deletion on yourself in that point that you're not getting value from an attack. So 1 is perfect. And yeah, that's the full deck. I told you guys it was gonna be gonna be a different deck for sure. I played it in my locals. I went undefeated. Probably mostly because it's unpredictable. People aren't expecting this kind of deck, so they're just like, what what is this? How do I counter this? I went against a Rookie Rush deck. They didn't know what I was playing. They were just like, they saw all those blockers too, and they're like, I can't even attack you. Like, what are you playing? It's like I said, it's a fun deck. I hope you guys try it out. I hope you like it. I've got some more crazy ideas for decks that I'm going to be playing. Yeah, and then also stay tuned because my next video, we're going to be opening up these bad boys right here that I got my hand on. So yeah, stay tuned to see that. I'm also going to try to see if I can get up to 200 subscribers. I might do a giveaway. I've got some extra tournament packs that I want. And, well, I should say not the tournament packs, but the booster packs, box packs, whatever, that I don't need. So I was thinking about either giving them away or doing a contest. So if I can get up to those 200, man, you know, guys, help me out. Call the boys. That would greatly be appreciated. That way I can bring some more amazing decks for you guys to watch. And, you know, that's pretty much all I got to say. So, you know, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for that those premium pack openings. Peace.